You're not crazy. You're stuck in survival mode. You apologize when you didn't do anything wrong. Your phone buzzes and your stomach drops before you even look at it. Someone raises their voice slightly. You're already bracing for impact. You tell yourself it's over, but your nervous system is still waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm Dr. Amirah Hall. I've spent over 2 decades as a transformational expert, helping thousands of professionals break free from those invisible patterns blocking your success. Trauma doesn't always look like trauma. When Maya first came to me, she seemed like she had it all together. Successful project manager, organized, reliable. Her heart was pounding, waiting for something terrible to happen. I left the relationship 4 years ago. He never hit me. So why do I still flinch when my husband walks into the room quickly? Nothing was wrong with Maya. Her brain was doing exactly what it was designed to do. It just hadn't learned that the danger had passed. PTSD is a condition most people associate with combat or accidents. PTSD also gets developed from prolonged emotional abuse and toxic relationships, the kind of trauma that doesn't have visible scars. Your brain doesn't distinguish between physical danger and psychological threat. And when you spend years anticipating criticism or having your reality questioned, your nervous system learns that love equals danger. The amygdala, your threat detector, becomes hyperactive. Your prefrontal cortex, that part that calms you down, becomes less effective, like a smoke detector that keeps going off when there's no fire. Neuroplasticity means that patterns can change. Let me walk you through the 4 ways PTSD shows up. The first category is intrusive memories. We picture flashbacks coming from combat or accidents, but intrusive memories from emotional abuse look different. It's hearing your ex's voice criticizing your every decision. It's a wave of shame when you maybe make a small mistake, because mistakes meant to be punished. It's replaying arguments at 2 a.m., still trying to figure out what did you do wrong. When Janelle first came to me, she'd been out of a marriage for 10 years with a man who had never raised a hand, but raised his voice constantly. Her brain had recorded it all. Intrusive memories from emotional abuse aren't dramatic flashbacks. They're the quiet loop of someone else's criticism that became your inner monologue. The second category is avoidance. This one is sneaky because avoidance after emotional abuse often looks like independence. Avoiding intimacy because closeness has always meant control. Refusing to express needs because needs were always used against you. So staying busy so you'll never have to sit with what happened. And when David first came to me, he presented as someone who simply valued his independence, but he'd grown up with a mother who weaponized silence. Days of cold withdrawal if he disappointed her. I thought I was being healthy, setting boundaries, but really, I was just terrified of needing anyone. And when we released that root, he started letting people in. Avoidance doesn't keep you safe, it keeps the trauma in charge. The third category is negative changes in thinking and mood. This is where PTSD rewrites your internal narrative. And emotional abuse is especially effective at this because the abuser was rewriting your story in real time. Persistent beliefs like, I'm too much, or I can't trust my own judgment, chronic shame that doesn't match anything you've done, vague sense that something is deeply wrong with you. When Priya first came to me, she was an executive who couldn't make decisions anymore. She'd spent 5 years with a partner who was constantly questioning her perception. I don't trust myself. I never know what I'm feeling is real or if I'm just being crazy. And that wasn't a personality flaw. That was residue of gaslighting. And when we cleared the root, she started trusting her gut again, not because someone gave her permission, but because she stopped waiting for it. The fourth category is changes in physical and emotional reactions, sometimes called hyperarousal. Your nervous system gets stuck on high alert, always scanning, always waiting for the tone shift or the sigh or the silence that meant something bad was coming. Being startled by subtle shifts in mood, reading every facial expression, every text, every pause, trouble sleeping because your body won't let yourself be vulnerable. A constant low-grade anxiety you've learned to call normal. When Simone first came to me, she was exhausted, and she'd spent her whole childhood managing her father's unpredictable moods. It's a skill, but with my husband, I can't turn it off. I'm constantly scanning for signs that he's upset with me, even when he's not at first. I didn't know what to do with myself when I wasn't watching for danger. Then it became a relief and peace. Your hypervigilance isn't a flaw. It's a survival skill that saved you, but it doesn't have to run your life anymore. So if you recognized yourself in any of this, you're not dramatic and you're not broken. Emotional abuse is trauma, and it leaves real marks on your brain and your body. Notice it. When you're scanning for danger, when a voice in your head criticizes you, ask, whose voice is that? PTSD isn't reserved for war zones. It can quietly grow in relationships where you've been told your feelings were wrong, where love came with conditions that you could never meet, where you learn to shrink yourself to survive. Intrusive memories, avoidance, negative self-beliefs, hypervigilance. These aren't character flaws. They're programs running in the background. And programs can be updated. Just 1 month after we started working together, she sent me a message. My husband touched my shoulder yesterday and I didn't tense up. I just felt loved. I didn't know if it was possible for me. Your healing isn't sabotaged by what happened to you. It's waiting on the other side of patterns that you've mistaken for permanent. Change the pattern and everything changes. So I offer you a free clarity call where we can look and see what's keeping you stuck and map out a path forward. Just a conversation about what's possible. The link's in the description. So if this video resonated and helped you, subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next week. And tell me in the comments, which of these 4 symptom categories surprised you the most or felt maybe the most familiar? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. You're not crazy.